Century City is one of my personal favorite neighborhoods in Los Angeles. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you why this is the best part of LA. But if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Mona and I'm a real estate agent here in Los Angeles. And on my channel, we talk about all things real estate and lifestyle here in LA. In this video, we'll be talking about what it's really like to live in Century City, including the pros, the cons, the real estate market, and everything else that you need to know. So let's get into it. Now, starting off with the location, Century City gets a 10 out of 10, at least in my books. Why? Because it's centrally located from everything LA has to offer. Whether you're trying to head over to Santa Monica for a fun beach day, maybe you want to go to West Hollywood for the clubbing and the nightlife, which honestly, 10 out of 10 recommend. Or you need to do some retail therapy in Beverly Hills. You're very close to 90210, Westwood, Brentwood, everything that you could ask for. All of the best of LA amenities are at your fingertips. But one of the amenities that you have in Century City that is so iconic is going to be the Century City Mall. Not only is this the best mall in Century City, but I personally think this is one of the best malls in Los Angeles. I absolutely love the Century City Mall. Like, personally, it is such a vibe. 10 out of 10 recommend. And honestly, out of all the malls that I've gone to, I think the food court here is amazing. I really love Takaya. They have modern Mexican food, True Food Kitchen, and then Zinc. They all have different locations throughout Los Angeles. You'll also see a good amount of pop-ups in the Century City Mall, which is super fun to do during the weekends. They're typically going to be free, so it's great to get some free stuff. Now, speaking of good deals, I've been using this app called Inkind that gets me 20% cash back whenever I pay on the app. And the only reason why I mention this is because restaurants like Zinc, True Food Kitchen, Cha Cha Matcha, which are all at the Century City Mall, are going to be on the app. So if you've never used it before, I do have a referral link for you. You'll get $25 off your first meal of $50 or more. This is not sponsored, by the way, but I just wanted to throw that in there. And since we're talking about good deals, if you want to get free parking at the Century City Mall, this is something that I do every single time I go to the Century City Mall because I hate paying for parking with a passion. I genuinely hate for parking. And if I can avoid doing it, I will do that. So basically, if you go to the Century City Mall and you stay for less than 3 hours, you can validate your parking at Gelson's. So before I leave the mall, I literally put a timer on my phone, you guys. Like, the second I arrive, I put a timer, and before I head out, before the 3 hours is up, I head over to Gelson's. If you spend more than $10 on snacks, they will validate your parking for up to 3 hours. So typically get some snacks, and it ends up being cheaper than if you had actually paid for the parking, because the parking at the Century City Mall can be expensive, which really sucks. But honestly, if you've never been to the Century City Mall, definitely recommend checking it out. I absolutely love it. Okay, now let's talk about the real estate market here in Century City. Now, even though it's called Century City, it's actually going to be a neighborhood in Los Angeles, but it gives you more of that city feel to it because of all of these high-rise buildings. If you're looking for an office with great views of the city or a luxury apartment, condo, penthouse, Century City is the perfect place for you. You're gonna have so many luxury buildings, and you're gonna see a lot of people working in different industries working in Century City. Whether they're in real estate, law, finance, entertainment, you name it, you have so many professionals in the Century City area. But back to the real estate market, Century City is really just not residential. Like, if you're looking for a home with a backyard, that's like winning the lottery, because you're just not gonna have a lot of those in this neighborhood. You'll find that more in places like Bel Air, Beverly Hills, Brentwood, Westwood, but not in Century City. Now, in terms of how much condos are going for, last year on average, they sold for under $2 million. And right now that I'm filming this video, the least expensive condo on the market right now is going to be this studio. Now this building is going to be a bit on the older side. These condos were built in the 60s and they do have great amenities. They have valet parking, tennis court, pool, gym, concierge service, or at least someone at the front desk. I've actually been to this building and I actually saw one of the 2-bedroom condos back in November of last year. I actually featured it on episode 8 of my house hunting vlogs. If you guys haven't seen it, highly suggest you check it out after you watch this video if you want to see more of the real estate here in Century City. And now the most expensive home on the market right now in Century City is going to be this penthouse on the 38th floor of the Century. Not only is the Century one of the most iconic high-end buildings in Century City, this is one of the most famous in the entire LA area. It's been home to your favorite A-listers like late Friends star Matthew Perry, Rihanna, and so many more iconic people have called or continue to call the Century home. Now this Art Deco penthouse features over 5,000 square feet of interior space, but you'll have other condos in this building like this condo that I am showing you right now. And the amenities are honestly what make the Century so incredible because like you're living in a hotel. They have a gate, it's a guard gated 24/7. They have concierge service, they have valet parking, they have a wine cellar, they have a movie theater, they have this pool that feels like you're living in a resort. You are going to have a gym that feels like the Equinox. I've actually been to the Century. Remember I told you guys I featured some homes on episode 8 of my house hunting vlog? I featured one of the condos at the Century on this episode of my house hunting. I only have one house hunting vlog for the Century City neighborhood, and I featured 3 really cool homes. I featured a 2-bedroom condo that needs some work in my opinion, a beautiful condo at the Century, and then I also featured this really cool Art Deco townhome. Like I still think about it to this day, you guys. And then you are going to have these really beautiful luxury condos in Century City that's part of the Century Plaza. So it's like hotel living and, you know, high-end condos in the same thing. Like you have access to the amenities of the hotel. This is going to be the only luxury hotel in the Century City neighborhood. The rest are going to be in Beverly Hills, which is going to be your neighbor. But you're gonna have this really cool development, it's like 44 stories long, you guys. And you are going to have this 1-bedroom condo. Honestly, the finishes are so beautiful, you guys. Like I love this light wood cabinetry and the built-in fridge that literally blends in so seamlessly. You wouldn't even be able to tell if it was a fridge if it wasn't for the handle. You have the beautiful marble in the kitchen, not to mention the incredible amenities. Now, the second most expensive condo on the market right now in Century City is actually going to be a penthouse at this building. Think spa services, concierge, high-end living. Living here is like a hybrid of a hotel and a luxury condo. Now, the pictures that I'm showing you for the penthouse isn't going to be the actual like finishes of the penthouse. These are just kind of renderings and like a mock-up of it. We don't know how it's actually going to look. That is up to the buyer, of course. Now, speaking of buyers, last year, the most expensive condo in Century City sold for over $20 million, and it was actually Rihanna's former penthouse at the Century on the 40th floor. Had to mention that in there before we finish talking about the real estate market. Okay, now that we talked about all the fun stuff, let's talk about the cons and the downsides that come from living in Century City. I have to be honest with you, I personally don't think there are any cons that come from living in Century City, aside from the fact that it has more of a city feel to it, which isn't for everyone. Like not everyone wants to live in a neighborhood that feels like a city because they want more of a community. They want something more residential. Even Beverly Hills will have like more local events, in my opinion, versus Century City. It's more of like a Manhattan in LA. And then it's expensive. Obviously, you're not really going to have schools here because it's not really for families. It's more for single people. Not that you can't live here if you have a family, but you're probably going to end up putting your kids in schools like in Beverly Hills or in Westwood. So those are the only real cons that come from living in Century City. Personally, I love Century City. I think it's like the best neighborhood in Los Angeles. I absolutely love it, and I would love to buy a $4 million condo at the Century because it is actually so beautiful, and going there and being in that building, genuinely 10 out of 10. Like, so amazing, so beautiful, you guys. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video to be helpful. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comment section below. And if you're thinking of moving to Century City, feel free to reach out to me. All my information will be in the description below. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!